a GOP political candidate, conservative guy. Well, he wanted to shoot up Dems' homes. Yeah, he wanted Democrats to be shot at. So he decided to coordinate with basically hitmen in order to do so. Let's put up the picture full mass. He's been arrested. But this is how dire things are. 39-year-old failed GOP candidate Solomon Pena was arrested on Monday by Albuquerque police, who say he was the mastermind behind a recent string of shootings targeting Democratic lawmakers' homes. He is accused of paying 4 men to shoot at the homes of 2 county commissioners and 2 state lawmakers. Investigators also believe he was present for at least one of the shootings. You see where we are now, okay? He did not hire shooters, he hired hitmen. Those hitmen, thankfully, missed. Those hitmen were hired guns, literally, okay? He is a Republican. He ran for political office. He's been supported by members of the GOP in his state. Where's the outrage from the GOP? Where's the outrage from Republicans? Where are the press releases from conservative leadership about how bad this guy is? Not much, okay? You don't have a lot of that. There's more. So he's charged with 4 counts of shooting at a dwelling, shooting at or from a motor vehicle, and conspiracy to commit a shooting at a dwelling, and 1 count of possession of a firearm by a felon, attempt to commit aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and criminal solicitation to commit a shooting at a dwelling. Let me put this in context for you. So they're basically saying it was a drive-by. You shot from a car, you shot into a building, we're gonna charge you with all these other charges. Listen, I'm in law school. There's some charges here I've never heard of before, but I tell you this, if it would have been, let's say, Pyru Blood who did that, they would be charged with attempted murder. That's it. That's what they would be charged with. All of a sudden, there's all of this context and contextualization about these charges. No, you could have killed people. You hired guns to shoot into the homes of lawmakers elected by the people. That is foundational to democracy. Election of the people is foundational to democracy. You should be charged, sir, with attempted murder. All right, ballistic evidence, text messages, searches on Apple Maps, and statements from a confidential witness were key in making the case against this guy. All right, let's go into what happened. January, APD disclosed that they were investigating several shootings targeted at Democratic lawmakers. So they knew this was happening, did not know who it was. They said that the county commissioner in the county, Commissioner Adrian Barboa's Southeast Albuquerque home had been struck by 8 bullets. You gotta think about the idea of 8 bullets going into your home. Why would you not be charged with attempted murder when you have shot 8 bullets into somebody's house? This happened on December 4th, a week later, December 11th, 12 bullets. Hit County Commissioner Debbie O'Malley's North Valley home, 12 bullets, all right? On January 3rd, shots rang out at Representative Linda Lopez's home, Southwest Albuquerque. And 3 bullets went through her daughter's bedroom as the 10-year-old slept. Once again, not charged with attempted murder. After the news of the investigation began to circulate, the state rep, Javier Martinez, inspected his home and noticed what? It too had sustained damage from bullets. He had heard gunfire outside of his home on December 8th and believes that's when the shooting occurred. Let's put up the pictures here, full mass. One of the 4 men Pena is accused of hiring is 21-year-old Jose Trujillo. He's being prosecuted federally on a drug trafficking and firearms charge. A sheriff's deputy, Jose, 40 minutes after one of the shootings on a warrant, he had initially stopped Jose over an expired registration for a car registered to who? Once again, Pena. All right, he's leaving significant evidence behind, not a smart guy. The next man is 41-year-old Demetrio Trujillo, according to a witness who himself is facing criminal charges. Pena said Demetrio paid for a job shooting at multiple residents. That's what he did, according to the witness. Any outrage? What's going to change with the leadership of Washington or even the leadership of that local community? Nothing. You have a man who is a Trump supporter, GOP guy, hyper-conservative, decides to launch a political attack with guns against individuals who share a different ideology politically than he does. This tears at the very root of democracy and democratic process. The idea that this would happen is baffling and extreme and sad. The idea that everybody, regardless of political affiliation, doesn't feel the same, well, that's just dangerous. All right, there's more. APD's acting commander, okay, this is Hartsock, found that Pena has sent Barbell's exact address to Demetrio, who searched for it in an Apple Maps application and texted it to Jose. It's all on the record. He had also sent the home address for Martinez, O'Malley, and Lopez. It was unclear if Demetrio and Jose are related. The witness told detectives, now this is the witness, that the mastermind, Demetrio and Jose, went to shoot up Lopez's home in a newly stolen red truck. Oh, it gets deeper. And Pena was armed with an AR, according to the complaint. He said that this mastermind attempted to fire the AR. What happened? It jammed. The AR jammed and did not fire correctly. So one of the others fired the Glock. Once again, why are they not charged with A, attempted murder, B, gang affiliation and attempted murder, and whatever the hell else they're doing? After the loss of his political career, okay, after his loss, he made repeated claims that the election was rigged. Yeah, that's what he said. Just like his champion, Donald Trump. He said the election was rigged. Now here's the thing, please keep in mind, if they would have elected him, that is the caliber of character they would have elected. That is the man who would have had political power. But I submit to you that we have men already elected just like that. They are dangerous, just like him. And if they can get away with it, they'll do exactly what he did. That's what we are. All right, Max, thoughts here.
Yeah, let's borrow a phrase that Republicans love to use and ask, why isn't our country talking about the Republican culture of violence? I mean, this is not a lone incident. You look back in Nevada and Las Vegas, and there was a Republican politician who was angry that a reporter, Jeff German, was reporting on him and cost him his seat. That politician went to Jeff German's house and murdered him. I mean, these are people who think that Democrats, the press, anyone who disagrees with them are enemies of the state. And so anything they do is justified to stop them. And so far, the Republican Party hasn't said a word of condemnation about this because the Republican Party believes that too. And until we address that, I mean, this is just going to be the start. Thank God these shooters were terrible shots, or this would have been even worse.
Yeah, and the idea that they're not being dealt with like examples. This is the time that the prosecutor comes out, the AG comes out, DOJ, they come out and say, we're going to make examples out of these criminals. This is what it calls for now. All right, we will continue to follow and update as it develops.